Welcome. It's a new year, so let's start by taking a look at some ridiculous vintage exercise equipment that will make anyone appreciate the world we get to live in today. Shall we? The fitness industry is no stranger to coming up with the latest and not so greatest designs and contraptions that make promises of getting you fit and sexy, but some of the first ideas bestowed upon the world were goofy at best, or strange and outright dangerous. So getting right into it, I'm happy to introduce to you the Slendo massager. First made popular in the 1940s, women frequented slenderizing salons that assured every inch of you was tight and toned. How? By rolling metal springs up and down your body. Have you ever wanted to knit and get toned at the same time? Well, now you can. I mean, look at how much fun she's having. I'm pretty sure this contraption is also responsible for starting the trend of women shaving their legs, because these metal springs probably yanked out every little hair it came across. And y'all looked at yourselves and thought, not bad. Not gonna lie, kinda wish I had this next one. I love getting into a sauna, but sometimes they get a little too crowded and I'm not too keen on rubbing up against too many sweaty bodies. No longer a problem with the ReduceOMatic. Of course, getting that name because of its obvious marketing ability of reducing fat in the 60s. Whether that claim is bogus or not, which it is, sweating doesn't mean fat loss. Look at how happy this guy is reading his book. I want that in my life. And haven't you ever wanted to go to your favorite gathering while also sweating buckets? I sure have, and I know what you might be thinking, but throw a head covering on this baby and it's like, COVID who? This next exercise machine will be sure to straighten that back and reduce weight, of course. Make your spine young with the mobi revolving hammock. I really couldn't find a whole lot on this one besides these original patent drawings from the 1920s, probably because this one didn't last too long before people realized it would turn you into a human Twizzler. It's a shame too, because this guy looks crazy comfy, but don't fret, because what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think mobi revolving hammock? That's right, tote bag. Whenever you feel like representing your favorite spine spiraling gadget, the internet has you covered. Tote bag, not your style? How about your very own throw pillow? How about a t-shirt, hoodie, or even a cell phone case? Moving on now. And speaking of moving, have you ever looked at a hamster in a hamster wheel and thought to yourself, boy, what a life? Well, in the 1930s, you and your friends could have been lucky enough to live that life with your very own exercise wheel. Okay, no joke, I don't know about the efficacy or practicality this thing has when it comes to actual fitness, but I would ride the shit out of this thing. This thing looks like a freaking blast. So what if it falls over? A few broken bones for the time of your life? No big deal. Maybe we don't take this thing into the water though. I'd prefer not to drown, but that's just me. Another device you might find at one of those slenderizing salons is the Kellogg Fat Burner. You might recognize that name because yes, this was invented by the same dude who invented cornflakes. This one is simple. You just place the body part you want to make slim onto the machine and watch the fat melt away. Seems legit. They later came out with a version that you can buy and take home, and I shit you not, my mom had one of these when I was a kid growing up. I never knew what it was. I was always perplexed by the machine. I don't think it worked. I never actually saw it turned on. In all honesty, this thing isn't too far off from a foam roller. There's no way that this thing is burning fat, but I'd bet money it would do a decent job at rolling out some knots in your muscles. Yeah, I'm saying if I saw this at a gym today, I'd use it. What? I would. This next one also dates back to the 60s and is actually still used today. Electrotherapy used to be, of course, marketed as a fat loss product, because why not? You say that anything helps you lose weight and people will buy it. But they also had this. This brings 3 words to mind. What the f? How is this not a death wish? Today, this is known as electrical muscle stimulation, or EMS, which stimulates the muscles through small electrical impulses, helping to further contract the muscle. Personally, I think it's a little overkill, especially for the everyday person, but I can see the plausibility in its effectiveness. But this is suicide. Oh, and speaking of EMS, don't buy one of these. These won't help you get a six-pack. It doesn't work like that. If you want a six-pack, eat in a moderate calorie deficit until you see one. If you need help doing that, you can check out some of my other videos, but remember, fitness and weight loss isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. So some of the info you'll use. Some info may not be for you specifically, but I'm always posting new content, and I thank you so much for watching. As for this video, we're done here.